people make sense of unusual sensations like fatigue, pain, or shortness of breath, they draw on their stock of knowledge about sickness, including its bodily signs. This knowledge is connected to their sociocultural setting and social identity, which comprises intersecting social categories like race, social class, gender, ethnicity, and so on. There are also cultural expectations about which body disturbances require medical attention and which are considered normal. These cultural expectations provide guidance as to when advice should be sought from others and extend to norms specifying how to present illness to others or ask for treatment. A good example of this is pain. Pain is a complex phenomenon that cannot be understood solely in biomedical terms, as its perception is impacted by sociocultural, emotional, and cognitive factors. To bring this to life, let's look at a case study of how culture and gender norms shape interpretations of pain as a bodily sign and how people respond to it. So we'll look at Perović et al.'s study with Somali Canadian women. And the question that the researchers ask is, are you in pain if you say you are not? A mixed method study was conducted with 14 Somali Canadian women who had the most extensive form of female genital cutting, sometimes also known as female circumcision or female genital mutilation. The researchers believed that the cutting would cause neural changes that could lead to chronic neuropathic pain. Quantitative sensory testing of the patient's vulvar region showed pain thresholds that were consistent with pain thresholds observed in women with chronic vulvar pain. However, the participants reported no or low levels in both quantitative questionnaires, so pain measures, and interviews about their daily lives. When directly asked in the interviews, participants reported no pain, saying, "My body feels fine," or "I don't have pain naturally anywhere in my body, I just feel good." They describe feeling good, healthy, and happy. To make sense of this discrepancy between the physical sensations that they measured and the women's qualitative experiences of it, the researchers understood their responses as related to the cultural normalization of pain, especially women's pain. In Somali culture, there's an expectation to remain stoic about pain, with children older than 6 to 8 years being expected to control pain expression. And the ability to endure pain throughout one's life is seen as a sign of strength. In addition, labeling yourself as being in pain typically indicates an urgent need for help. So the researchers state, the women in our study may have conceptualized pain in this way, explaining their insistence on not being in pain despite reporting specific instances of pain in everyday life. Women with female genital cutting report a need to avoid the shame of expressing pain, including during the original cutting procedure, as well as later, for example, during childbirth, and they express pride in their resilience. It may also be that when participants describe themselves as feeling fine and deny being in pain, they're accepting pain as a normal part of womanhood. In their culture, Somali women who have experienced female genital cutting recognize it as a rite of passage to womanhood and believe that womanhood itself involves pain. This is expressed in the poem by Dahabo Musa, which is cited in Perović et al.'s paper. My grandmother called it the 3 feminine sorrows, the day of circumcision, the wedding night, and the birth of a baby. They say it is only feminine pain, and feminine pain perishes. These words strikingly capture the cultural normalization and subsequent minimization of Somali women's pain. The experiences of these women undergoing female genital cutting vividly demonstrate that symptoms are not simply objective phenomena. Rather, as the example above illustrates, there are multi-dimensional constructions in which biological sensations may appear as symptoms and either weaken or intensify in response to the ways that people make sense of those stimuli or those sensations in relation to various social and cultural contexts and psychological processes. And this has also been highlighted in other cross-cultural and anthropological studies. This case study demonstrates the complex nature of how bodily sensations are assigned meaning, showing how the process is socially patterned and shaped by what a symptom may signify. Responses such as worry, fear, or care, or the opposite, are therefore culturally based and fall under the category of expected emotions. In the case of these Somali women, this includes endurance and presenting oneself as happy and healthy despite sensations of pain. Intersecting cultural and gender norms guide what women and men consider tolerable in terms of pain and when or whether it is acceptable to complain or seek help. These findings are consistent with broader research highlighting disparities in pain experiences between genders and the impact of cultural norms and socialization patterns.